going on there. We got everything is slotting into some easy to find playlists. We've got lots and lots of different folks that are joining us, doing their own podcasting. And there's, oh my gosh, if you really go back and look at the history of all the folks that have started their own podcasts and have worked with us doing ours, all the things, it's kind of making my head spin as I look back and see just how many there are. So again, if you've not been on there lately, this right here, that's where we are at Ability Network. And if you scan that QR code, that just takes you right there. So go check us out, subscribe, go back and find some of those shows that we've done. I'm wondering, as we're getting into the end of the year here, maybe we need to pull up some of our, whether we actually pull up the old video footage and grab some clips, or maybe we just need to get back with those folks and say, hey, you want to come on one more time before the year's done? Just so we can kind of do a recap, because there has been gold that's come through here. Things that are, really life-changing information and people and stories and all the things. Truly a world of ability that's been shared out. And the history here is something else. If you're not familiar with the history, I guess I'm getting a little nostalgic as we're getting to the end of the year, because as we move into 2026, that's going to be a big year with all the things that have been kind of churning and coming together here over the last actually handful of years. Just you wait and see what's coming for 2026. Things are moving. Things are improving. I was going to say things are changing. I don't know how much I want to lean into all that just yet, because we're putting a lot of good things together, and you're going to want to be tuned in to what's all happening so that you can get a front row seat for those pieces. So I'm just going to kind of leave that dangling out there for now. Those that have been around know there's always a lot going on in our neck of the woods here. I'm actually just hopping over to pull up a few pieces that I can share quickly. Let's run on in and let me open this up so you can see what I'm all talking about. Okay, YouTube, sometimes you're a jerk. Just saying. But sometimes the picture it puts on the top is not flattering. Whoa, okay, I'm going to share my screen because it's actually kind of funny. But YouTube keeps us humble sometimes. There it is. We're live right now, and that's what YouTube is sharing out there, is that look on my face. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Love you too. Man. Okay, so anyway, whatever. Humble. We have a lot going on here. If you haven't noticed, we've truly got the branding going on now. World of Ability podcast has been around for a long time, and we are cleaning things up. You ever wonder what we're actually all about? I'm going to read it to you. It's right on here. The World of Ability Podcast Network is dedicated to amplifying the voices of people with disabilities, providing a platform for storytelling, education, and community building to promote inclusivity and raise awareness. We are a multimedia platform focused on podcasts and serves as a hub for informative and entertaining content across a wide range of topics. We aim to serve both people with disabilities and the wider public to help foster awareness and inclusivity. Where else can you go where the motto is showcasing abilities? You belong here at the World of Ability, where we break down the barriers and we do celebrate the ability in all of us. So again, here our handle, our network, or whatever you want to, the address, YouTube channel here is at Ability Network. Look at that. We're approaching 2,300 videos, over 12,000 views. Got to get those subscribers up, though. I know there's been a lot of people coming and going, watching different pieces here, and haven't remembered to hit that subscribe button. So here's my poke, my reminder. If you're watching us, hit that subscribe button. it's easy to do, and it costs you nothing, and it really does help show people that there's a lot going on here. You got to come check it out. Our past live streams are available here. These are the most recent ones, including Shakedown. We just got done with that. Some videos that have been uploaded. I believe these are also in chronological order, but also has here the shows that we are promoting, whether we are personally involved in them, helped start them. I just want to show you really fast here, and I don't even have all in yet. I've got, I think, most of them on here, but I have a few I still have to to add in. I ran out of time the other night. Project Die Hard, they're huge. We are with them every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central. I get the privilege of hosting that show. It is exactly 1 hour long. We bring in all things military, veteran, support, you name it. Project Die Hard is all about providing hope for our veterans and preventing veteran suicide. And this time of year, I'm going to take a moment to just remind everybody to check your vet. I mean, to the point it's become a hashtag. Use it. Hashtag check your vet. Reach out, because when I first heard about, oh yeah, there's this holiday spike that takes place this time of year, didn't realize at first what that meant. As much as I'm in a position where I'm always looking forward to the holidays, I love this time of year, that's not where everybody's at. This holiday spike that Project Die Hard reminds us of is that the holidays is not necessarily a good time for everyone. A lot of folks are exceptionally challenged at this time of year, and the holiday spike that they talk about is that it's a real thing, that the suicide epidemic among the veteran community is huge during this holiday season. When you talk about the November, December time of year, that's where a holiday spike, that's where it really does spike up. And I know Brian's talked to us about how many that he personally has been informed of or knows. And the number that he keeps telling us, it's like every week I'm hearing like big numbers. Like the other, a couple weeks ago, he was saying it was like somewhere around like 37 that he is aware of that we have lost. These are people. These are somebody's brother, somebody's mom, somebody's friend. Who I don't know who they were, but we lost them. I hope that bothers you, because it bothers me. Do something. We're doing what we can. We help out with Project Die Hard. We have the shows that we do on Monday nights, and the purpose of those is to spread hope. It is to share what's going on in Project Die Hard so that people can be up to date and know what's happening. There's no secrets there. It's all, this is what we're doing. This is why we're here. And what can you do to help? So the hashtags, even with them, PDH share. So all those things that are being shared out, share it out there. How hard is it to hit that share button and put it on your social media? PDH share, PDH pray for the mission. Prayer is powerful. PDH volunteer. Be a volunteer with us. It's actually a pretty amazing group of people, and I think you would enjoy yourself and you'd be doing good. There's all sorts of wins in there. And they also need patrons. So if you are in a position where, we're coming up on the end of the year here, a lot of people are looking for where can their charitable dollars go as, quite frankly, as your tax write-off before the year is up. Consider Project Die Hard. There's so many good things happening, and right now we're struggling to keep the lights on in the building. Like, legit. That is a thing right now. There are the bills coming in for that they need to get paid. And that's so much. So many things there. I actually am going to go ahead and bring up a quick video. I know one person that I'm going to come back to the channels momentarily here, but one person that comes on here quite often actually is Marianne, and she's not going to be joining us today, but I am going to go ahead and take a moment to share some information from her.
For the love of water, World Water Year. Join us as we celebrate World Water Day with the fourth book in the Acts of Kindness series by Marianne of Waikiki. Meet Robo Motivation, a brave robot delivering clean water to schools worldwide. Alongside Waterflow the whale, our deaf ocean hero, they show that every act of kindness can change the world, one drop at a time. Plus, meet Pollination, the inspiring bee championing sustainability, and Mr. Penmanship, the Emperor Penguin, urging you to stand up for climate change by writing to Greenpeace. Powered by Lucy Lynch's Love is the Only Way. This movement reminds us that love, kindness, and action create waves of change. This book is dedicated to Leon McLaughlin, founder of Clean Water Foundation, Seattle, Washington, USA. All U.S. classroom teachers can request copies for every student through DonorsChoose.org. Support a classroom, build a future. Get your copy today on Amazon and visit actoffkindnessseries.com. Unite for the love of water.
Sorry, always like to be able to share that out for Marianne and share all the. I mean, she's got so many good things going on with the books and yeah, phenomenal, always phenomenal. I'm going to pop back over here and show you also the other groups that we are working with. So, quick. Oh man, fingers, come on. And I gotta say, actually, not fingers. It's my computer doesn't always work as I would like. You know, anyone who who has any mobility type issues, I think you can relate that things don't always move the way you want them to move, and it goes beyond just the everyday. Okay, other shows that we work with, other platforms, the Disability Channel. We do that. It says that the Today Show on there. We actually do the TDC Today Show Communities. That's a show we do on Wednesday nights, and then the Disability Channel utilizes that in their programming. But we are the USA team for the Disability Channel, and they have a lot going on. There's always a lot going on. So subscribe there, find out all the things happening. The Pact Channel, that is with Zach Clayton. They are all the things going on with the Pact Channel is so amazing. And I look at the subscribership on some of these, like, how are they not more? If you're listening to this, go to our channel and you can just go to this part, boom, 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 boom. You can subscribe to all these in a matter of a minute. You can subscribe to everything. I'm going to actually hit view all so we can just pull all of them up here. But yeah, you'd be able to go ahead and just click on them from here. But anyway, Zach he's always in the corner of our veterans. He's always bringing amazing guests, spectacular content, all the things. I've never heard him in any of his podcasts where I'm like, oh, you know, I'm not getting something out of it. I'm always getting something out of what he does. Take a listen and go. So all coming together, P for podcast, podcaster, and it says it right on there. Podcasts for all coming together. There's so much good going on there. World of Pets podcast. That is with our very own Debbie Hayes out of Arizona. She's got some great things happening. And the World of Pets podcast happens on Tuesday nights at 8:00 Central. So all these times I'm saying are going to be Central because that's where I am. Choose Greater Health with Paige. She is a world of knowledge and has brought in some crazy good, wonderful guests. The guest she had just yesterday is the same one that we're going to have here coming up in a little less than an hour. So Noberto has, I've gotten the privilege of talking with him before and highlighting him on our radio show and with the Disability Channel. But I'm so glad he'll be here today. We can dive in a bit and you can learn more about him too. But Paige is on Fridays at 2:00 on the second and fourth Friday of the month. And then next up there is World of Nutrition. There was just an episode last night. Fabulous. Oh my gosh. Marilyn Lemaire is out of Hawaii and she always brings in two guests, and she has a very structured way of going about her shows. And wow, does she bring in quality people. There's each person gets about 20 minutes, and it's a deep dive into what they do. And it's something that is pertinent to all of us, what all the folks that she brings in. It's amazing what she all puts together. That is on the second Friday of the month. And okay, and this one I'm going to actually give you Hawaii time, because we changed time zone time here, with the time of the year, and they don't change with that. So it's at 1 p.m. Hawaii time. So currently that's 5 p.m. Central. Later, coming into next year, it'll switch to 6 o'clock Central, but it's always 1 o'clock Hawaii time. Next up, the gentleman on the screen you see there with Mill City Marketing MA, that is John Petro Sr., and he's on Fridays, every Friday at 4 o'clock Central. Such a good guy. He's been on here before. You know him. You love him. He's always there. We've got Blue Collar Crypto with Tim Trozian. He is up on Sundays. He comes on twice. He comes on at 4 o'clock and at 5:30. And blue collar workers, very practical thoughts, advice, all the things. It's a fun time with Tim, and he keeps them short and sweet. So come on, catch your news and on to the next thing. So he keeps it moving. Essential Wealth and Health. Actually, I'd have to pop back and remind myself, because that one is a daytime one that I have not been on with that one because of the timing of it. So click on it, you'll get more info. And same with World of Water. That one I know, though, is on Tuesdays at 2. And get on there and subscribe. Apparently, I'm the only one right at the moment. Oh, I'm not. See, look, this is how easy it is. I put it on there and then I didn't hit the button. Boom. How easy was that? Then we got the Asprey Bridge podcast that happens on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. We have World of Wealth. That was a stretch with, I'm going to blank on his name now. Click on it. You'll know. He's amazing. Platinum Mindset. That was a show that went on for a while, and I believe is on hiatus at the moment. And you know what? Look at this. I'm subscribed from my other connection, or my other from my YouTube. I'm right now on the World of Ability YouTube and realized somehow we didn't have the subscribe button hit. So there you go. Now we've got it. Who cares? How's that for a title? That's with the CARES Foundation. And Todd Lingle, his story is, if you haven't heard his story yet, you needed to hear it from him. I'm not going to try to share that one myself, because you need to hear that from him. And he actually, now that I said that, I have a video of his that I think is the last one that I uploaded. I'm going to pull that up here in just a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and play it. Next up, Mastery of Connections. That is with Alan Holmes. And if you don't know Alan, you should, because he connects everyone. Truly the mastery of master connector. He's love that guy. Haven't talked to him lately, actually. I need to get back with him. And these last two are from Zeta. Zeta's Healthy Beginnings and the World of Women podcast. Those also are, the podcast itself is on a break at this time, but there is a huge amount of content in there that you want to go check out. I don't even know how to tell you how awesome these all are and what you will learn from all of these folks. They bring their piece, their specialty, their best selves to what they do here. Go check them out. It's time well spent. So as I pop back up here to the videos, the CARES Foundation, I'm going to go ahead and play this one for you, because this will tell you a lot.
When I retired from the military after 22 years, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. But the one thing that I did know is whatever I did, it had to be with people who cared. And that's when I met Todd Lingle. And he told me about the CARES Foundation. He told me about his mom and his sister and how they were tragically killed by a drunk driver on June 14th, 1975. And that he had started the CARES Foundation to help teens that don't have families or are disadvantaged, or any team that needs help. It doesn't matter what kind of team they are. And I thought that was such a beautiful way to take a tragedy and convert it into something positive. I can't imagine what it was like for Todd to grow up without his mom and his sister. His mom was only 30 years old and his sister was 6. And he started the CARES Foundation. He named it CARES with a K to honor his mom, Karen, and he ended it with an S to honor his sister, Shelly. And he told me about his website, carestoday.org, and it's CARES with a K. So I went on it, I checked it out, and I'm like, man, this guy's legit. This guy gets it. This guy cares. He literally named his foundation CARES. So I can't think of another person that I can team up with, combine our networks and skills, so that we can do the most good for the most people. And now that we have this dynamic duo put together and we've combined our networks, I'm excited to see what the future can hold, and we're going to touch a lot of lives.
So that, I think it's better coming directly from that video like that. That's I absolutely love what Todd's all doing, and I hope you go take time to look into that. And I see the one and only Mark Isaac Potter is joining us. How are you?
The one and only, that's for darn sure. Boy.
How you doing today?
You're wonderful, Sue. I almost sent you an email that I wrote just earlier today. I'm having so many health challenges.
That's so hard. I'm sorry to hear that.
Anybody in your group that can help, but I'm looking for affordable home services for myself. I called Chris, of course, a few minutes ago, and been emailing her all week, as you know, because I always CC you guys on those.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll call her again. If she doesn't come on, I've been working on my poetry.
Excellent.
Yeah, I made some.
Here.
Yeah, Chris is here. Chris just got here, Mark.
Oh, nice. Okay, sweet. No, I broke down. I don't have a lot of money, but some people gift me money this time of year because my birthday is a couple days from your husband, and then there's Christmas. So with that money, I bought some NVIDIA AI time. And with that time, I'm making seminars and I'm putting some of my poetry in NVIDIA. And I have to say, it's turning out very beautiful. So,
so glad to hear that.
Yeah, I'll send it someday. Or it's all, of course, a lot of it's already posted on my YouTube. So I don't see Chris. Somebody said she arrived. Chris, you want to put on your video and audio?
Yeah, right.
There you are. There you are.
Yep.
I would give my right arm to be ambidextrous. Okay.
Welcome, Chris. Glad you're here.
We love
Thank you.
Chris. I hope, Chris, I hope you come on many, many, many times in the future. So tell us about yourself, anything you'd like to say. I'm not much of I've been reviewing vocabulary words this week, but I promise I am going to say the wrong one. So, plus an absurdist. So I was going to say something you want to say that's surprisingly nefarious, maybe, or give us a plethora of cornucopias.
Okay.
Threw her off. She says, I quit. Let me get out of here. Screw these people.
Yeah. I'm an audiobook narrator, producer, consultant. I do some writing. I'm working on a book, a memoir right now.
Okay.
I'm a voice actor, and I enjoy character work, and I do audiobooks, explainer videos.
Oh, good.
I enjoy narrating children's stories and comedy and health and fitness and spirituality. I've also done some autobiographies, self-help. Yeah.
Gee whiz. What do you, can I, Sue, if I ever say anything on here that I'm not supposed to say, just, there's a baseball bat by my front door. Just drive over here. And so, Chris, what do you charge for that? Like if I had a 1,500 page, 100 word, well, that piece I sent you.
Yeah.
Memory of Loveliness. What would you charge to audio that?
Yeah, it really depends. A short piece like that, that I could possibly use on my YouTube channel or my podcast. I do those for free.
No, honey, don't do that. I've been doing that for centuries. No, it's serious. My net worth last month, I checked it. My net worth, not joking, my net worth last month was 4 cents.
Oh, no.
And that's because I do that. Everybody and a dog with a limp get a free show. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk later. Maybe you can make me a tuna sandwich and send it through the mail since I don't like tuna.
Oh, okay.
These guys at Rural Ability, they know I'm certifiably nuts. Tell us more, Chris. Get us so involved that somebody buys your product. You once kissed Frank Sinatra. I don't know.
No, I have an IMDb page with over 20 credits.
All right. Wow. There you go.
That's awesome.
And if you want to read,
that's uptown now. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
That's uptown. Yeah.
If you want to read my writing, you can find me on medium.com. I'm published in more than one publication out there.
Medium, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. Very nice. Now, do you write poetry, short stories, novels?
Mostly shorter articles on, I've written on health and fitness, small business technology, and then I've published parts of what's going to be my memoir out there. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I've written, yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, honey.
I've written some comedy stuff too. I enjoy narrating comedy a lot.
Oh, who is your most favorite, or give us 2 or 3? Because I have a thing for women comedy stand-up people. Like, of course, I can't think of any names now except Nikki Glaser, who's the temporarily hot thing. But all those ladies, Kelsey Cook and Liza Lampanelli. I know she's a little blue, but which ones of those do you like the best?
Well, actually, one of my favorites is a British comedian, Sarah Millican.
Oh yeah, she is hilarious.
She's very funny.
She's very British, but she's
Yeah.
quite funny. Always wears a long dress. That does not give you a hint about what she talks about, but I like her. And then well, she's not new. She's been around. She was on Kimmel one night saying she's been around more than 20 years. The one who kind of uses a hillbilly motif. Morgan somebody or somebody Morgan.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard
Deanna
of her.
Morgan.
I'm not familiar with the hottest comedians. If they put stuff up on YouTube, that's how I often find them. I just get I like Fluffy, Mr. Fluffy.
I love him.
Okay. Yeah, he's is it Glacius or something? Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
And then that white kid, that big, not joking, 400-pound white kid that always talks about food. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, I haven't run across him.
Yeah, he's just a straight up white kid, probably 25. Just talks about everything's about food and why people go to McDonald's not knowing what they want. And he's funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So Sue, are we allowed to let our guest say their contact information on World of Ability?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Whatever, Chris, whatever contact information you want to give to the public.
Okay, well, be sure to check out, I have a YouTube channel where I narrate very relatable, funny stories about modern life. I collaborate with humor writers to do that, and you can find it under my name, Chris Kepler. Yeah. And if you like to just listen, it's under the podcast Does This Happen to You? It's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Oh yeah.
All right. Very good. And I'm still learning here. I'm a trainee, so Sue, what was I going to ask you?
Actually, I've just found it on here. Let me go ahead and bring that up so that folks can see what they're looking for.
Oh, great!
I love visuals.
Yes.
So this. Chris Kepler and Friends Tell It Like It Is.
Yep.
So there's a button right here. Super easy to hit subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Well, those Roscoffs are partly AI agents, I think. So I'm going to turn around and get
all the good things here.
Oh yeah, lots of pet stories.
I love it. I'm looking forward to listening to these. This will be great.
Chris, I'm sorry if I missed it, but how did you get into doing what you're doing, or what inspired you to do it, or anything like that?
I've been an actor for 30 years now, and I actually started out as a singer in junior high in choir. After junior college, I got bored with choir stuff, and standing on a riser in a black dress. And, it's like, this is boring. And after several years, it's like, I want to sing again. What do I do? I don't want to do choir stuff. So a blind date took me to a Gilbert and Sullivan production, and in their program they said, we're looking for chorus members. And I thought, well, I'll try that. And in their next production, I got to be a fairy, on stage. I had a wand, I had wings, I got to dance, I got to sing. And it's like, well, this is much more fun than standing on a riser in a black dress. So I just, continued with that. Wanted to get to the front of the stage, had to take acting lessons to get to the front of the stage, and became an actor. And then someone said, "Oh, have you tried voiceover? Because people, it's a good idea in voiceovers if you also know how to sing." And so I got some training, and I thought, this is fantastic. I'd get to combine my acting and my singing skills in front of a mic. And it just, I've continued to do it. I just really enjoyed. I love telling stories. I especially love telling humorous stories. And so I thought, well, I started out on podcasting just trying to tell stories that I had written, but there's no way I could write enough stories at that time and so I just, I started asking other writers who I enjoyed, can I use your story? And they said yes. And so it just continued to go from there. I just really, really enjoyed it. I love collaborating with the writers and just
very nice.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. I'd like to, with your permission, Chris, and with your permission, Sue, I'd like to ask Chris, could you do this show again, maybe the second Saturday in January?
Yeah, I could do that.
I'd like to do that. We do, Sue, do we sometimes have more than one guest at the same time?
We're kind of open house style, so we have.
Yeah, well, I was on here. I was on here a couple weeks ago, and we had about 35,000 people. So
that's all, yeah.
And I was like, okay, then.
Yeah, every week is different.
One of them said they used to build houses for Elon Musk, and I was like, oh, boy, these guys have roots that, so that was fun because, Chris, I get to meet so few writers, and I've been a writer about 60 years, and I just get lonely I don't do well in writing communities.
Oh,
because I'm an absurdist. I have a preoccupation with certain absurdist personalities from the last 100 years, like a young man named Neil Carms, who has lived in Russia from about 1895 to 1940.
Wow.
And I just love that guy like a brother. I really do. He's kind of love him more like an LG, if you know what I mean. But lovely man, was just brutalized by the Tsar's family, imprisoned, and then brutalized by the Bolsheviks all over again.
Yeah.
So it's not popular in the U.S. now to like Russian writers like Yevtushenko or some of those people. So yeah. My therapist has me on homework to toot my own horn. So if I'm interjecting too much, it's because I've got this tracker on my ankle that's making sure I do the. So tell us about your favorite. Chris, tell us about one of your favorite projects that you've done in the last, say, 5 years or so.
One of my favorite projects was a recent, and it has me expanding my abilities into video. an author who wrote and illustrated fantastic children's stories, very short stories. They were, I think, at most 2-minute stories. And had these beautiful illustrations with them. He wanted more people to, read the books, see the books, more kids see the book,
Of course,
And
yeah.
so he said, "Can you do audio?" I said, "Yeah." Can you make a video to him? Like, yeah, I do a program that I can combine the narration with the wonderful illustrations. Yes.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Oh, I'd like to enter these in children's film festivals." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I think that will work." I had some, because I'm an actor, I said, "You can go here and see where, what children's film festivals might work for you." And he did. I did 3 films for him from his amazing books. And that was just so much fun to put the narration with these beautiful illustrations. And the one he said there wasn't a lot of coverage for them. I guess the one did win Best Children's Short at one festival for October 2024.
Touchdown, Niner!
Awesome.
Touchdown! Very nice.
Yeah, he was happy about that, and then wasn't happy about the end outcomes. He didn't get as much coverage as he would like, but still, he's got these wonderful little films now.
Where can we see these films? On your YouTube?
I'm probably going to put him out. I need to get his permission still as to where I can put them out at, but hopefully I'll put them up on YouTube or social media or something. Yeah.
And if you need help with any of that, calling him or just trying to be diplomatic, I can at least make 1 or 2 calls for you, because I know sometimes for real, inertia is a big thing. Just getting the ball rolling down the hill. Is and I wish Emily would come on the show. She's such a lovely young thing, and I want to say something about Emily and Moonlight, but I don't dare. So, well, she and I are both sort of have a learning disability, so I have a lot of friendship stuff going on with her.
Yeah.
She's right here. She's just hiding behind her blue circle. So whatever.
She's actually doing some live streaming as well, and I'm not sure if her sound will allow her to come in right now with what she's got going. So if she can come in,
wow.
she's welcome to, obviously.
See?
But there might be
these Roscoffs, man. They run their team. Chris, you're not going to believe. I love to say this statistic because I probably have told about 35, 40 people this. No one has ever believed me. But these Roscoffs send me 60 to 80 meeting links per day. Monday to Fridays, and 20 or 30 on Saturday, Sundays. They are some serious heroin addicts.
No, we're not spreading that.
They've left lines of coke on Trump's desk on more than one occasion. Yeah.
There's a lot of good connections to be had out there, and we love to invite people to the meetings, to the networking, to the events. There's actually a really good one going. Actually, a couple of really good ones going on this weekend too.
There is every weekend.
Fantastic.
Well, you guys, I'm gonna exit the scene. Chris, I think you're welcome to stay or not as you please, as far as I know.
You are
Get
more than
to
welcome
know-
to stay. I'd love to continue to chat.
Get to know
Oh,
Sue and
okay.
Emily. Try to, Chris, seriously, try to be as forward as you can bring yourself to be, because they know people. They know thousands and tens of thousands. I
Uh-huh.
saw Mark Balin on here a minute ago. Mark Balin is a major, not joking, he's a major TV baron.
Mm-hmm.
And he hooked up with Roku recently and
Mm-hmm.
broke every record that Roku ever had, because Mark Balin has his own bunch of networks,
Mm-hmm.
and he cut a deal with Roku, and now they're just blowing the socks off the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Yeah.
they could probably.
I like Roku. Yeah.
Well, Mark Balin and his thing is called On the Mark TV, and he's got trillions of shows.
Uh-huh.
They can probably fuel the next International Space Station over there. All right, well, I'm going to cut out of here and take a nap, but I love you guys. Chris, again, stick around.
Okay.
Okay? Stick around here and talk to Sue. She's lovely.
Okay.
She will try to sell you some false teeth, but don't worry about it. She's been in dentistry so long that that's enough silliness from me. I'll talk to you kids later.
Always good to see you, Mark. Take care.
God bless you all.
God bless you too. Oh, Mark is fun.
Yes.
How do you guys know each other?
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
I
Loaded
think
question.
I think we met on Alignable. I have a group out there. Yeah, we met on Alignable. I have a group out there all about creative. It's called the Creative Arts Business Coalition. I used to be a local leader, and then when the pandemic hit, then they decided to start groups. And I said, oh, well, I'd like to start an arts group. They said, oh, arts and crafts? No.
Mark.
It's like, no, I want a group to connect all artists. So I came up with the name Creative Arts Business Coalition that encompasses all sorts of artists, fine artists, performing artists, graphic art, arts and crafts. We do have arts and crafts people out there because it's, because we all sort of face the same business questions is what I noticed. So once a month, I thought, oh, and maybe I'll get 250 people, and then it started to grow some more. And then they said, Alignable said, oh, your group is growing. We'd like to promote it. I said, oh, okay, we'll open up a bit more and you can promote it. I have over 30,000 members now.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
It's fantastic because there's lots of help out there for the members. They could post in the group with questions. They're having a business situation and they get great answers from people who have experience. So I think Mark came on to I hold a virtual networking once a month. So yeah, for all the members, and that's where I met him. So really sure that's where I met him. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, and he actually had asked the question that was in my mind is what's your most favorite thing that you've done? Because it sounds like you've had a lot of different things that you've gotten to do in your career.
Oh my gosh, I've done so many fun things. The really fun thing I did this year. Yeah, it was this year. Is I belong to an animation society that has and animators, storyboarders, voice actors, yeah. And once a year they do a special mashup that they form teams out of the composers and the producers and the voice actors and the writers, and so we produce a little. Each team produces a little animated film.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so, it's so much fun. I've been doing it, but this year it was really nice. I got to do something I never do, which is I got to use my sexy voice.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, wow, I never get to do this. It's my sexy voice for the little story, and got to work with a director, and we came in second.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
we came in second, and then the producer, bless them, put it out on IMDb, so I earned another IMDb credit.
How awesome. Oh my gosh. That is fabulous.
Or let's see, a little film called, was it 1-800-Girlfriends? It's very cute. It's very funny. It's
excellent. Well, and I should bring in. I see Marianne of Waikiki is joining us. I'm guessing you guys would not have crossed paths just yet. She actually is she has written several books actually. Marianne, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, aloha. I'm Marianne of Waikiki. I'm the author and Apple game developer of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk mantis puppets. So the books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch and The Perfect Wave. The first book is Underwater Acts of Kindness for Ocean Cleanup. Sue, if you could be kind to show our animator here what our thought to action with the books and the book trailers that we have. That would really share the story. The second one is Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, featuring Harry, the hard of hearing rabbit, Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, and Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken. And we finished Full Acts of Kindness for Leon McLaughlin here, this flyer here, for Water for Units for Children, featuring Water, the deaf whale. And we have another book trailer for that, introducing the characters as righteous acts of kindness. So it's so exciting to hear about your projects, because Kurt Roscoff and the board of directors of Nonprofit TV we've had meetings this last month in regards to finding sponsors to bring the books into animation movies for a kindness channel in 2026 with On the Mark TV with 220 networks. And I've been busy. We've been sailing and just doing fun projects here. I'm at the farmer's market. I did a book signing, sold all the books. We got people ordering them off of Amazon. Amazon shipping is way too costly, and they're not guaranteed by Christmas, and they keep in the high rate prices until January 15th. So I've made conscious decisions not to ship them out and save the money. And we got the book trailers too, if you could be kind. So Chris, you're talking about the voices, I text my deaf friend Scott, and I'm not in the mindset to do it right now because I'm playing. Yeah. But when I want to do it, it's like, okay, we talked to Nonprofit TV, Anthony Sorelli. So in the 3 to 6 months, AI is going to be coming out so that we can bring these books into animation movies. And I watched some TikTok people who are voice actors. And so I was kind of comparing. And so I want to connect with my deaf friend and go, okay, what kind of song quality are we going to have for these female leading ladies versus the male lady and everything. So there's going to be a little bit more of a thought process into it, but I'm not going to dive deep into it now. And the universe will provide it to me, but that's our next step, to think about these voice actors for these characters and making sure they're in the right frequencies so that people can hear and understand. And again, we have 200 folk mantis puppets that we've included in the 4 book series. So we can go on and on and on. So nice to meet you here, Sue. I'm wrapping up here at the farmer's market. If you could be kind, show the book trailer to Chris and the world. Underwater Acts of Kindness is the first one. Next week will be the 20th. The 21st is December 21st, winter solstice, which is the beginning of the book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. So we hope to be reading the book. The people, the team, the Acts of Kindness team, the family will read each chapter of the book, and we'll have a discussion on the World of Ability on Saturdays throughout 2026. So that's my idea and intention. So go out and play. I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
Wow.
Take it away, Sue.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play
Wow.
the book trailer. And I know we've got Norberto joining us as well. He's going to be coming on in just a moment here, but let's go ahead and hit this book trailer first.
You could help save the ocean just by listening to a story. Set sail with Underwater Acts of Kindness. Join Noah, the hard-of-hearing humpback whale, and his marine friends as they take on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. On their journey between Hawaii and California, they discover an enormous pile of plastic, but with teamwork and courage, they plan to clean it up. With the guidance of Dodge General of the New Earth Army, they rally ocean creatures and you to help restore our seas. Now available on Amazon Audible, listen as author Marianne of Waikiki narrates this inspiring adventure, featuring mesmerizing music by Lucy and the Perfect Wave and Nick's guitar, echoing the sounds of whales and dolphins. This book is dedicated to Boy and Slat, founder of The Ocean Cleanup, making waves for a cleaner future. Sing along with Noah's song and dive into a world of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. After reading, visit the Acts of Kindness series YouTube channel for more adventures. Learn the ASL ABCS with Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab on YouTube, kids. Get coloring books now at www.actsofkindnessseries.com and Amazon. Plus, grab your New Earth Army t-shirt and pledge to protect our planet. Underwater Acts of Kindness by Marianne of Waikiki. Available now on Amazon, Audible, and actsofkindnessseries.com.
Wow. That looks amazing.
Yeah, she's got 4 books so far that she has out and available.
Wow.
Yeah, she's got a good thing going.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool.
Well,
Well,
I know. Yeah, go ahead. I was just saying, Norberto's joining us. I was going to go ahead and bring him in too.
Okay, yeah, bring him in. I have to get going. I have an old dog that needs some care. So.
Oh, good. Well, if you want to put, actually, you just did.
I need to leave
yes,
also.
right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, see you later, Marianne. Thank you.
Hi.
I see you have your, so it's Chris
Yes.
Kepler at .com. So your website and
Yeah.
everything. Perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
This has been such a pleasure getting to meet you. I hope you can come on back and join us again. I would love to
Yeah.
continue the conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. And Norberto is joining us here today as well. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on in. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Yeah.
I am amazing. This has been a great day already.
Oh, we love it. That's great. My son and I had a pillow war. I told him, I'm like, we gotta make it happen. And he's just like, nah, and he's like being coherent. But he lost. He is sleeping next to mozzarella sticks right now. But yeah, this is what it is.
Okay, I'm a little jealous. That sounds awesome.
That's life. It's just mozzarella sticks and cookies. But I mean, I think it's like, yeah. I'm like, he had a good week in school. So I'm like, let's do it. Why not?
Awesome. Oh my goodness. So I'm thrilled you are here. Can I ask you, go ahead and introduce yourself, because I'm hoping we got lots of people listening right now who have not yet had the pleasure of meeting you. So I'm going to give everybody a little bit of background on who you are.
Of course. Hi, everyone, wherever we are right now. My name is Norberto Troncoso Jr., and I am a mindset and communication strategist. I work with schools, with teams and organizations to work on mindset, work on communication, and have people speak with power, do it scared. I am a former survivor of stage 3 brain cancer. So I actually died clinically for 11 minutes. And I have been through quite a bit of things, but I think in all of that, it's like, well, now what? Everything has happened, and now what? And I think because we're in the world of ability podcasts, it's like, you have the ability to focus in, lock in, get it done. So that's what I specialize in, is like that empowerment and the strategicness, the strategy of being able to make sure that you can implement what I say, because it's just like I can't just give you motivation. We got to do that application. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, I know you've blessed us with a lot of very wonderful thoughts and words and all the things in other shows that we have. And so I know I've got the little bit of background that when I heard you were coming on today, I'm like, yes, I love talking to you. This is so much fun because you have so many great words to share. So I know let me just ask, of all the pieces that you do, what is your favorite part of what you do?
I thoroughly enjoy when kids get that aha moment.
Yes,
And
I can relate to that.
No, like I think my favorite Sue has literally been like this last week has been lovely. Like I've been in 6 states in 6 days essentially. So I was speaking at George Mason University on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And this is in Fairfax, Virginia, but I also had a meeting in DC. And a lot of it, that first thing was the college students. So when I was speaking to the director, they wanted me to come in, and she's just like, "You're amazing. I already know that, but I just need you to speak to them because they don't know you." And I'm like, "Okay, so talk to me about what it is." And a lot of it is, okay, we're in December. It's like a very dead type of situation, emotion. People are feeling sad, frustrated, college students, finals. Like, so the ROI that an organization would want is that these students can really lock in and do great things with their examinations, but also with this, like, they run this thing called the Patriot Games every year. So like they do like this monumental competition for speech and debate for like students all over the country. They do it for schools. I used to be a competitor in high school as well. So I've been going to this thing for like 15 years, just like as a student and a coach. So to be the speaker there was great. And I think the main thing is like, no, who told you you are incapable? You are unable. Like, we know where you can. It's just the lock in. So after that, I went to Kentucky, to the University of Kentucky, and I spoke with some professionals about really being the operations manager of yourself, making sure that you are intentional about how it is. The conference was called Leading with Intention. And it's like, yeah, no, you have to lead with intention. You have to live with intention. You have to do X, Y, and Z with intention. And for me, it's like your mindset and your communication are paramount. What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to others? What are you saying that you think you're not saying, but because it's in your head, it trickles into your heart, and then your hands get it. And then what you move based on the limiting belief that you have, or because you are unable, or you think you're unable. And then after that, I was at Fordham University in New York on Wednesday. And it was just a bunch of high school students that are just like, they're talking about like career and choices, like as it relates to that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, my job title, maybe it could seem like I don't have many strategies, or I'm aloof because of my like personality type. It's like, guys, do not get it twisted. I'm very good at what I do. I just don't think that like resumes shouldn't lead in front of relationship. So for me, it's like I have to connect with you. You have to see me as a person that cares about you, as a person. Before we talk budget, before we talk anything more logistical than that, before you talk about, oh, I have all the accolades and trophies and national champion. Are you okay? Did you eat? Or did you eat? Have you been able to voice your opinion because you may be frustrated because you feel like no one's listening to you? Because you're like, my son goes through this a lot because he's neurodivergent. It's like, okay, because you have this situation, me with my ADHD and like what I went through, like everyone has excuses for why they can't do things, but they realize they can, they just won't because they feel like they're unable to. So it's like for a lot of students, it's like, no, you can't. I'm from your neighborhood. I had the same issues that you have, enough worse. And I've overcome, so I know you can do way better than me because you're getting this information now, like imagine. So I had a lot of those conversations, and even with my son, and he's 4, but I mean, he's always just like, Daddy, he's just been on that all day. And my thing is like, kiddo, like, you're going to be a champion. You're going to be amazing. I know you are. Like, I know that. I'm unconcerned, unbothered with what people think of you or anybody else. So with the kids, I went to a school that was like, oh my gosh, we would love for you to be like, just kind of get feedback. And it was actually the person that was my successor, because I used to be a theater teacher in the Bronx. So I went to my alma mater because my sister goes there as a senior in high school. So I'm going there. She's like, I want you to just see the theater teacher. I know he wants to see you because We connected and he's awesome. I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, I'll do it. She tricked me, Sue. She went all over the building and had me try to say hi to every single person. And I'm like, I don't want to, because like they're in class and they're doing things. Kids went ballistic. Teachers were just like, oh my God, this whole thing. I'm like, guys, I want to be as less of a distraction as possible. But
not anymore.
But,
it's not.
but when it came to him, and this is, I guess, the big loop of why I said what I said at the beginning, a lot of students are getting ready for this like artistic showcase. So for me, I'm like, okay. And his name is Jarvis. He was just like, do you mind giving them some feedback? These are students I had a few months ago. So I'm like, absolutely. And they looked at me like, oh no. And I'm like, guys, they're gonna have fun. Because the thing about me is I'm thankful that I have their love and their respect, but I also have their healthy fear. Because there's reverence involved of like, okay, I take your notes. Sometimes it could be a little cutthroaty about you, the way that you give them, but it is in love. Because sometimes for a lot of the kids, and I don't know why I'm going this way, but it's like they don't really have a father figure. They don't have like an authority come in, because they think that if they don't understand that you need to like understand authority, you need to cater to that. You need to match like your SME or the person that's giving you a college scholarship. Communication is also making sure that you know when to talk and when not to. Mm-hmm. So for them, I worked on them with their monologues. They were doing some Shakespearean monologues and some speeches. And one of the girls, I'm like, girl, we're just gonna reset this. Because I've only done one line. I'm like, I know exactly where you're going. Ha! I'm like, girl, I've learned you. My job as an educator is to learn you, learn the issues, learn what's the problem with the organization. So in his class, he's told me what he feels is a problem. And I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. I used to teach, I get it. And you are not settling for mediocrity, because I know you. It's one thing if you weren't good. And I told them, I'm like, I literally stopped. They were in the middle of a class. I'm like, guys, just stop. Hi, I'm just visiting. But I'm like, I know you think you can. The problem, the issue, the conundrum is you've shown me otherwise. I saw a glimpse of how great you can be. I saw it. It's like a little, yes, you have an IEP, or you have a 504, or your parent didn't stick around, or maybe because of your grades or what other teachers, educators, or people, or your siblings may have said, you think you can't, and I've seen you. I know what you're capable of, so you can't fool me. So we just stuck there for like an hour of like, I'm going to just sit here or lay down in this chair until you get your head out of your behind and get to work, because we know you can. And when they did that, I'm like, yay, now we can go get fried Oreos. So, because there was like a food truck outside. So I'm like, awesome. Fried Oreos on me, we'll go. And it's like, you're great. But the thing about it is, I can't leave and then you just regress back to where you were. You know now. So I told Jarvis, I'm like, you saw it. He's like, you did this in like 9 seconds. I'm like, sir, don't even worry about it. I'm just letting you know, you can't now let them be mid, let them be average, let them be anything less than they can be, because we already know. Your top tier behavior, your best self on that day is now the bare minimum. It's now the baseline. It's now the foundation, because we're meant to be climbing, becoming better. And that's the whole thing with ability. It's like, I know you're capable. It's if you're going to do it or not. Like, and that's a choice. So I know I talk a lot. But like, it's just like, and it's great because I'm like, I know at some point some of these students will end up being the ones that like, I live with like my sister, so I tend to see them just coming. One of them came through just like, I made baked mac and cheese, Junko, so you need to rate it. And I just came home from like, I just like landed an hour ago. I'm like, girl, okay. So I tasted it, just like, and I'm like, okay, I gotta buy you a chef hat, because I know that you want for you love language of affirmation. Mm-hmm. So you want people to tell you did a good job. Because when I had you as a student a year or two ago, that was the main thing. I always had to lead with, you are good, you're doing great things, and this is not your best. So we're gonna fix it. So I already know with even something like this, because like my sisters, they're like, he's gonna tell you the truth. And I'm like, yeah, I am. It's good food. Like, I think you did a great job. Clock it, whatever you all say. Like it's great. And like, you know, we gotta just consider that do this with your schoolwork too. Like even though I'm not your teacher, I'm just saying. But it's fun. It's a lot of like just being able to just see what can happen. And I think for the most part, it all goes back to working with students and letting them know I see you, even with like assemblies and keynotes. Like afterwards, we talk so much. People are like, "You need to go to the airport." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do it later." But I'm not, like, my thing is like, because I'm like, you really think you can't? I know you can. My sister has autism, and she's one of the top finalists of the National Speech and Debate Association. This is something Oprah Winfrey was a part of, Chadwick Boseman was a part of, Barack Obama was a part of, Sonia Sotomayor, like all these people. She's ranked amongst them, and you're telling me because of what she's gone through or what she has, she can't. So I know you can't tell me otherwise. So
You know better.
yeah, and now I can't unsee it. No matter what your mom says, no matter what your teacher may have said when she was angry because she didn't eat or regulate herself, like I get those things. Like, I mean, again, I've been an educator for 20 years. I get it. I just feel like you don't need to settle for that. You don't need to settle for the suboptimal, substandard like thought that you put in your head, because we both know you can. Not only can you, if you do it, oh my gosh, you're gonna be phenomenal. You're gonna be smiling with the scholarship. You're gonna be great. Like, my sister has secured, she's a senior this December. My sister has secured $500,000 in scholarships already.
Oh my
We're not
gosh.
even talking about speech and debate yet. And I'm like, I'm still waiting for the whole, what did you think? Did you say autistic people can't do? What did you say? That people that have X, Y, and Z, and she, you know, teenagers, she's done some things and mistakes. And yeah, I mean, yeah, duh.
Supposed to.
Teenagers, like, that's fine. My parents are something like her, and I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. And again, the result, it all works out. But that's because she didn't quit. And we can't allow people to quit. So that's my whole thing. I travel around the country. I've been doing some conferences. I'm pending some conferences in like Australia and London. But the main thing is like for schools here, and I've spoken to like 8 schools in the last week and a half. It's just like, guys, you can't think that you can't do it. We know you can. Like, you make a choice to be successful. Oh, but so am I. And now what? You can't tell me otherwise. People out here getting millions of dollars of scholarships. Meanwhile, they've been CDE students their entire life. People say they will never amount to anything. Meeting the president or doing something initiative, a cultural initiative for like their community, changing the world in every little way that they can. Civic-minded individuals. It's like, of course, we knew this was going to happen. The question is, will you lock in and do it yourself?
Love it. Actually, you know, and that actually is perfect thought right there, because Leon is joining us as well. I would love to have him join this conversation because I'm thinking you guys have not had a chance to meet each other yet, but I think you're gonna like his story. Leon, you want to come on in and say hello and introduce yourself?
Hey, how's it going?
Going great.
Hey, Leon.
All right. Hello, everyone.
So if you can introduce yourself, because I don't think you and Norberto have had a chance to meet yet, and I think you guys are going to like each other a lot.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Leon McLaughlin, the CEO of Clean Water Foundation. We provide water for children around the world in over 40 different countries. Oh, and we do it through music fundraising. So we do like a lot of musical fundraisers. And the money from those music fundraisers, we provide clean, fresh drinking water to children around the world. We actually had a children help us design the systems that we provide, so they're custom made, and we put them in schools and clinics. And in order to get the water, the children have to come to school, learn about the water, then they go back home to their communities and they become Goodwill ambassadors. So that's basically how our program is set up. Yeah.
Amazing. And yeah, speaking of, because you were talking, Norberto, about what do you choose to do? Where you can make a difference. You can go out, you can do whatever you set your mind to. And Leon is proof of that. I actually, Leon, when you think back to first getting started with the Clean Water Foundation, how did that begin?
Yeah, you're right. We opened the Clean Water Foundation up from a shoe shine stand. So we were in a shoe shine stand in Seattle. That's where the headquarters of the Clean Water Foundation started at. And we were talking to a lot of different clients that we had as customers, like people from the city of Seattle, government officials, attorneys, because they would all come back then. We've been operating for over 20 years. With the suits, they would come in the office buildings, get their shoe shine. So we own a number of shoe shine stands and leather care centers. So we were talking about, because our background is entertainment, how could we help children and give back? And through traveling, when I was in Bolivia, through the interpreter with some children, they were saying, well, stepdad, you are only ticket out. And I was like, well, if I'm the only ticket out, we're really in trouble because we're operating out of a shoe shine stand. So we get back to the States and we started talking to the attorneys, people from the city of Seattle, government officials, and we started the Clean Water Foundation. That's how it started. But it was from a trip traveling, talking to these kids about how they needed clean water. And then we were in Mexico and this lady was telling us about how they get their water from these barrels on the roof. And we was like, wow. And she said she stored her water in her bathtub. And one day she was having a gathering and a tourist asked to use the bathroom, seen the water in the tub and drained it and came out thinking he was doing her a favor. And she started crying, saying that was her water for the whole month. So we was like, well, how can we get the water to these people? Because they couldn't afford the water trucks. And it's either they drink the dirty water from the lake or river, or they have to buy the water, and they didn't have enough money to buy. So I went to school and got a degree in water maintenance and repair. And then we started designing water machines, solar, and started doing fundraisers. And that's how we started. Yeah, unbelievable. And now we're in over 40 different countries. We're in the Bill and Melinda Gates Discovery Center Museum, World Vision Display Center with some of our solar units that we designed. We also have these no electricity water units that we put in the schools, and we teach the kids about water. Yeah. And they become goodwill ambassadors. And now we're doing it through music. We got a big Christmas party coming up December 27th, where we got a mansion donated to us. We had the same folks donate this mansion last year for a big fundraiser jam session where we're going to have all these artists perform. We ask people to donate. It's free. And, we roll from there. But it was funny because this year, instead of contacting people saying, hey, can you donate a mansion to me? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? They're actually calling us saying, let's do it again. We had so much fun. So that's, once you get that kind of traction, I think that's the key, so you don't have to reach as hard. It's like a soft sale and a hard sale. So if you can soft sell, that's the best sale in the world.
Amazing. Yeah. The background, the story. I mean, what
yeah, from a shoe shine stand. Yeah, we started out at a simple shoe shine stand at the Columbia Tower. That's where we started. And that place became so famous, we started doing television shows. We even went with NBC to Bolivia, to those villages, and Peru, installing these water units. World Vision was with us, NBC, Coke, the organization Coca-Cola, and they donated. And so, once that snowball started rolling, that's how it grows.
I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that whole backstory before. So.
Yeah, we started out at a shoe shine stand.
Amazing. So,
and it was funny because when we talked to Bill and Melinda Gates, they started the Bill and Melinda Gates deal over a pizza parlor. So they actually first headquarters was over a pizza parlor in Redmond. And then they went from there, and it was actually his father that started it and then told the son, Bill Gates, about it. And they first office was over a pizza parlor, and now they got a museum.
Yeah. I always love hearing the backstory of where people come from to get from where they started to where they are now. Because Norberto, that was kind of what you were alluding to with what your examples are. It just absolutely lines up here. I'm so glad you guys are both on here together. Actually, I think Leon came on after you introduced yourself, Norberto. You want to just give him a little glimpse again of who you are?
No, of course. And I mean, shout out to Leon, because I mean, if planting a seed and getting a harvest or expanding upon a little bit of like commitment, it was a person and an organization, I mean, shout out you, brother. That's sweet. But I'm a mindset and communication strategist, and my goal is to be able to teach students, educators and young leaders how to be able to speak with power so that they can be able to tell their story. They can be able to maximize their creativity and just be experts in social emotional learning and being able to just communicate effectively. And that is born out of just like my history with I had stage 3 brain cancer and I died clinically for 11 minutes. It's born out of me seeing people die and expire to like drugs and just killing and stabbings and choosing to shoot rather than speak. And for me, I'm like, no, we have to figure this out. So it's been just like my campaign of going around the country and really teaching about how to be strategic about communication, because I feel that we are all like operations managers of ourselves and we have to optimize better. So that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's pretty great. That's really great. I mean, to be able to do that and to get the youth involved, because I think they need that kind of help. It's just like when I was in Bolivia and we were at the shoe shine stand at the airport in Bolivia, and the guy had a mask on and he was shining shoes. So we was like, well, why are you wearing a mask and shining shoes? And they say, well, over here, if they shine in somebody's shoe, it's like a shame thing, he's ashamed. And I was like, well, if we did that, we would never be over here, because as soon as we get them suits and everybody at the stand, we start communicating. So you have to have eye contact with people because you don't know who you are talking to. So say you got a customer and the guy is just like we met Bill Gates' dad. He was a customer at the shoe shine stand. But if I would have had a mask on while we shining the shoe and had my head down, we couldn't have never communicated for him to say, you know what, you got a great idea. I want to invite you to lunch. So this is how this thing starts. So you got to have the confidence and not be like, I'm ashamed, whatever you're doing. And, Martin Luther King said that long time ago, if you're going to be a garbage man, be one of the best, be proud of what you do. And that's the key. And now look at garbology. Garbage is a big business. So you can't be ashamed of what you're doing.
100%.
No, sir.
Yeah, I think you two are, there's a lot of you, what I hear from both of you, that similar background as your vision of our youth, of where things can go, and truly having the confidence, having the communication. I mean, oh my gosh, I love that you two are both on here and able to meet each other. Do you guys have any questions for each other?
Leon, yeah, are you on LinkedIn? I'd love to.
Yep, I'm on LinkedIn. Yep, you can catch me on LinkedIn, Facebook. So I'm there. We actually getting ready to do a whole thing with clean water on Instagram, TikTok, and all that, because we're working with youth. And that's when we was with the United Nations. They were like, well, these kids are really brilliant. I mean, like TikTok, you know what I'm saying, Instagram. So we're actually working with one of our youth ambassadors to start a marketing campaign on TikTok and Instagram. And we're getting the youth involved in doing this. Yeah.
Excellent. I did just put your LinkedIn profile in the chat there, so Norberto, you can find that there.
On it.
Awesome. Yeah. So what would be if you had 60 seconds in front of a youth audience to give whatever message you would like to give, what would be the number one thing you would like to say? Actually, Leanne, I want to ask you that. What if you had just a moment to be able to share something like that, what would you say?
Yeah, I would basically tell them don't give up, and to be creative. If you got a dream, fulfill it. Don't stop, because winners never quit and quitters never win. So you got to have the confidence to feel like you're a winner. Have the confidence. That's why I said about the shoe shine story. You know, I had never seen nothing like that before. When I seen these shoe shiners in Bolivia with these masks on, and they were saying, well, over here about being ashamed, and I'm like, if and I had like 10 shoe shine stands because I knew that I could open up a shoestring factory and make it selling shoestrings. And you have to have that confidence that you can do that. And that's why I told the kid, I said, we wouldn't have never been over there, and we were shooting the show with NBC and had Coca-Cola. And I had to explain to him, we would never be here if I would have put a mask on my face, shining the shoe with my head down, because you don't know who you're going to be talking to. And that's the truth. That's how we ended up with our whole board. We ended up with one of the governors of Washington, who had a law firm, retired from governor, and he's one of our board members, but he was a shoe shine customer, and said, I like what you're doing. I want to be on your board, because you don't know who you'll be talking to. And if you got access, you know, like I was saying, a shoe shine stand at office tower, you know you're going to have nothing but big wigs coming up there. So if they like what you're talking about, they'll get involved. You know, it was funny because one of the jewelers that was one of my customers at the stand, and we had a number of stands and leather care centers, he was waiting on a shoe shine, and we had the place packed. And he was like, you know, that guy who you was shining the shoes, you know, he charged about $1,000 an hour. And I heard him talking to you, and normally people pay him $1,000 an hour. He was giving you free advice, and he paid for the shoe shine.
I love it.
That's why I would tell kids, you know, keep your confidence, and don't give up. You can't give up, and know that you can win. You know, that's the thing, and that you can do anything. You know, that's the whole key.
Awesome. Roberto, I want to pass it your way. Number one thing you'd like to share with youth?
The best part about this is it really depends on the demographic of youth, but I feel like we're all kind of in the same way. So I'm just going to say it plainly. Get your head out of your ASS, or out of your behind. You are more than able. You are more than capable. It takes strategy and intention and leadership. Leadership is not an old bigwig type of thing. Leadership is literally you leading yourself into something greater. Stop existing, start living. Like, it literally, you cannot, my heart just starts exploding on this stuff. Like, I just, you are a 2mm shift away from being phenomenal, rather than being pitiful in your eyes. Make the shift.
I love it. Oh. Well, as you're looking ahead to this upcoming year, what kind of things are what kind of things are in the works for you right now? Actually, Roberto, I'll start with you.
No, of course. Right now we have a course for high school students. We're rolling out to the entire country. I was just meeting with my instructional design team. We developed it, created it. Now it's really the whole marketing thing. So I'm excited to kind of connect that and give that to that resource. I'm also was commissioned by someone to create an elementary school version of it.
Nice.
She's like, I don't think you really serve our demographic, but I like your emotion, your energy. And I'm like, okay, so we'll work. We'll see what can happen. So I'm going to be doing that until January. I have an organization that really, they're called, like, they're about youth and college access. Like, these are students that either started college or are about to. So it's like, okay, so public speaking training. So I know we're doing a lot of work with their cohort. So I'm excited to see that specifically. And I'm also just traveling and connecting with conferences and organizations and schools. I have like 10 or 15 in the pipeline that we are going to be going in there and working and doing speaking. A lot of them are keynotes, some of them are workshops. And I always tell them, I'm like, workshops are fun because of the fact that like I get to like practically get people's heads out of their behinds to really focus on what matters, because the result is what matters. The ROI is what matters. If you want better test scores, if you want to make sure that they are engaging in classroom discourse, if you want to take them from CD students to affluent, masterful, championship level communicators that have hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarship money just by blinking, really, then I mean, I'm your guy. So it's just going to be really great to see that unfold in 2026. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to see how things progress into all of this. I love all the things that you do. It sounds like it is so much fun because you make it fun. You have that in you. You got that way to deliver all of that information that people receive it. They can just soak it in and make it theirs. And that's a gift. I love that about you, that you're able to do that.
Thank you.
So, and I know, Leon, what is this upcoming year looking like for you?
It's looking really good. You know, it's just like what I was saying about teaching the youth to be entrepreneurs, you know, that you can, you know, if you had shoestrings, you could sell shoestrings and be successful. And it's as long as somebody can show you and teach you what to do, you can do it. So it's nothing you can't do as long as there's somebody to show you along the way. It's like I'm working with private equity companies right now. We've been working with them for the last 2 years on putting some deals together where a percentage of some of the businesses that they're working with will donate to bring children clean, fresh drinking water in some of the countries we're in. And these private equity companies, they're doing like $1 billion to $5 billion deals, which is crazy. Now, I've never been in a $5 billion deal. I've never been in a $1 billion deal. So for them to say, well, this is how this works, and a percentage will go for these kids, and then to show you how it works, I've learned a lot. So you never stop learning. And it was very interesting to me and intriguing because never been in a deal like that before. So got attorneys on my board that looked at it, and I'm like, is this straight up? Is this for real? Is this, you know, is this a fairy tale? And like, no, this is for real, and this is how this go. And, you know, so we got some really great things we're getting ready to do. And a percentage of some of them funds will be doing concerts in Hawaii, here in Seattle. Like I say, we got a big event coming up on December 27th. I just sent you a link actually of our latest partner, Old School Energy Drinks, because we hooked up with an energy drink company that's working with Conor McGregor, that's endorsing their product, and a percentage of sales and funding that they're getting is going for Water for Kids. Now, I've never been in the energy drink business, period. And they say a lot of these young kids, they drink the energy drinks. Now, this is a healthy energy drink like a Red Bull, and they're planning on being the next Red Bull. When you see the links, you'll see we're in Vegas at the Bellagio. Everything was taken care of. And I mean, we just connected up with an energy drink company. Now, how cool is that? But if you're not out there, how is it going to happen? So, yeah. That's part of our deal, what we're doing for 2026 with this energy drink. I just sent you the link on, check it out. Amazing. And we're connected with American Airlines, Nonprofit Airline Ambassadors International. That's actually who did the article for us. And I would just say connect, meet people, connect, network. And you never know who you'll be talking to if you have an idea. It's almost like going on Shark Tank when those folks go on there, and next thing you know, they're in business. So yeah, we got that going, the private equity thing going that I was telling you about. And we're planning on having some great concerts in 2026 for fundraising, which is really great. Even the manufacturers is excited because we're saying, okay, if these deals go through, there's like, we'll give you the greatest discount ever. We're glad to be involved because it's kids. We're even gonna throw in extra amount of water units to help you out. So you get everybody excited all the way down to the manufacturer, because you have an idea. And once you present it, you have to have the confidence to present it, and you'll be surprised who will be on board.
Yeah, so I'm on board, Leon McLaughlin. It's Marianne of Waikiki. I have your flyer up here showcasing on the Mark TV and nonprofit TV. And if Sue would be kind, she could play the Clean Water Foundation book trailer that we dedicated to you as well. And Leon, we want to have a meeting with you and Kurt Roskoff, the World of Ability host, who's on the board of nonprofit TV. Leon, Anthony, and Mark called me a couple of weeks ago, and we met with Trevor Gibbs as well. And they want to open up a kindness channel in 2026, featuring my book trailer, so we can use that private equity funding to bring the books into animation movies, and they'll be showcasing them on 220 networks. So yeah, good things will be happening, and they want to talk to you as well. So Sue, could you be kind to play that video trailer for us right now?
You got it. Here it is.
For the love of water, World Water Year. Join us as we celebrate World Water Day with the 4th book in the Acts of Kindness series by Marianne of Waikiki. Meet Robo Motivation, a brave robot delivering clean water to schools worldwide. Alongside Waterflow the whale, our deaf ocean hero, they show that every act of kindness can change the world, one drop at a time. Plus, meet Pollination, the inspiring bee championing sustainability, and Mr. Penmanship, the Emperor Penguin, urging you to stand up for climate change by writing to Greenpeace. Powered by Lucy Lynch's Love is the Only Way. This movement reminds us that love, kindness, and action create waves of change. This book is dedicated to Leon McLaughlin, founder of Clean Water Foundation, Seattle, Washington, USA. All U.S. classroom teachers can request copies for every student through DonorsChoose.org. Support a classroom, build a future. Get your copy today on Amazon and visit actofkindnessseries.com. Unite for the love of water.
And there we go.
Great promotion. Mariana did a awesome, fantastic job.
So, Marianne, are you still there?
Yes, I am. So
Alright,
Leon,
anything-
we're looking forward to Kurt, who's on the board, and Mark Van. They're going to be opening up this kindness channel in 2026. Kurt had a meeting with our intellectual property attorney, Dr. Liddy, as well, to get the federal trade on the ball. And we're waiting for approval with that. And yeah, we'd love to set up a meeting, and we've included Trevor Gibbs as well to make sure the information is ADA compliant, just like the American Ambassador Airlines website is too, was evaluated by Trevor. And we need to have a talk with Nancy. And so we're here to help you guys out, making sure that it's ADA compliant, especially with a lot of changes with this DEI. And we want to make sure that, you know, it's accessible for the hard of hearing and closed caption and readability for visually impaired. And, you know, making sure that this kindness channel is going to have all those bells and whistles out there as well. So good meetings this last end of the year. And also with Zach Clayton, I'm sure he's going to be doing his Pay It Forward fundraiser. We talked about what we can do for children's hospitals. So we hope to get the free ebook download for you, Leon, on Christmas Day with your book, Cool Acts of Kindness, because we did too many campaigns, according to Amazon, with underwater acts of kindness, so we can't redo that book. So we're going to offer a free ebook download on Christmas Day with Pay It Forward, Zach Clayton, for children in children's hospitals. So if we can get Nancy to, you know, make a put it in the newsletter that, we're helping kids in the hospitals or patients. And I just read an article that Santana opened up a hospital for the homeless. I believe it's true because my friend Dave was very political in Hawaii, and he would have never posted anything if we thought it was bogus. So we put a shout out to them, as well as we can follow up with Santana's foundation. So good things are happening around the world. So thank you so much for having us on here, and I'm glad to hear from you, Leon. We are looking at taking a travel trip to Las Vegas next year to join you. So we'll talk about that as well, and meet the great piano player and your sponsors. And so we are talking about taking a bus up there when you're going to be up there in the late spring, and which will be right around the corner is World Water Year on March 22nd. World Water Year. So I know we haven't ended yet with Christmas. Next week is December 21st, which is winter solstice, which we feature our first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, with Noah the hard of hearing whale, who was recruited by a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So, Leon, you want to tell us about your Hawaii adventure and CNN and where are we moving forward with that? And you met with our editor again, Laura Dana Barth, and Sue, he met with Bruce, the bird guy that's been on here, a retired Navy veteran who supports veterans. So, Leon, let's just hear about your Hawaii adventures. You made me homesick.
Yeah, we were just there. And Bruce the bird guy was awesome. Actually, we met at the place, Minahuni, which is next to the Hilton Hawaiian Village, where we're going to have a fundraiser in Hawaii at the Ilokai Hotel. It's a beautiful place next to the Hawaiian Hilton Village Hotel. So we met with Lori, we met with Bruce. We were talking about doing some fundraising things. And like I say, once we get this funding from the private equity company we're working with, we're actually going to do a show in Hawaii. We was actually at the Harbor Pub, that's Mariana's place, with Jeff and the owners there, the Chart House, which is right upstairs. So it was a great trip, along with meeting some unbelievable artists at Duke's Waikiki that was playing. So it was a really great trip. And we had installed a water unit that Mariana had got funds for to go into the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind. And what happened is I was invited to the Waikiki Yacht Club and went there and told them the story. And the owner of Minahuni Restaurant, and also they own the coffee farms in Captain Cook's Island, say, you know what, we want to do something. And that's how we ended up getting the location for the fundraiser in Hawaii at his restaurant. It just opened up, a brand new restaurant, huge, and it's right next to the Hawaiian Hilton Village. But again, talking at a Waikiki Yacht Club, telling some folks on what we did with the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind, and the owners of the coffee farm and restaurant, saying we didn't even know we had a school for the deaf and blind, and you come all the way over here to help these kids. We want to get involved also. And that's how it all started. And now we're working on, like I said, having a fundraiser over there once we get the funding from the private equity company. So it's just been a beautiful thing. But if you don't network, it won't happen. You got to be out there, so that's the whole key. Be out there, talk to people, and you never know what can happen. I know we did a fundraiser in Hawaii a few years ago, and we had another mansion donated to us. We were with the Mango Foundation that does AIDS in Africa, but they're based in Hawaii. They're based in Maui. They're based in the Big Island, all through Hawaii. And we had a home donated to Waterfall Estates that Justin Bieber was just at, a few years ago. He was paying $25,000 a night for this place. Got a helicopter pad. It's right next to the falls on the Big Island. They donated the home to us. We had a super successful fundraiser where we were able to put over 150 water units in orphanages, some of the orphanages in Swaziland, along with solar water units. with the Peace Corps. And we did a show on ABC with that. So yeah, Hawaii's been great. We're planning on doing some great things over there for 2026. So yeah, it couldn't be better. It's called Working Together Works.
It certainly does. I'm always so happy to hear these great stories, all the good news going on. And I see John Kennedy is joining us as well. John, want to bring you on in to say hello?
Guys. Sorry, it's always just time to say hello, right? Sorry, late again. But by the way, Leon, I'm not quite sure. It sounds like you're doing amazing things. I lived in Hawaii for a few years when I developed my program for the Marine Corps. And my brother actually was a missionary in Zimbabwe, and they did a lot of work with some of the age kids back then. So great what you're doing to help.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like I said, we did a deal with the Mango Foundation that does AIDS over there in Swaziland. And it was, like I said, totally amazing. We had a mansion donated on the Big Island. The Waterfall Estates is famous. The place is famous. And for them to donate that place to us, and we were able to get all those kids water over there in Swaziland, which was amazing. Yeah, and that's a whole different story right there, the Swaziland story. We actually connected up with the king of Swaziland, and he was able to get the water units through the airport in Johannesburg without any interruptions. Because as you know, sometimes it could be difficult on getting things shipped and delivered. But the king put the stamp on it, and we didn't have no issues at all, which was great.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, have you been to Swaziland? Did you visit?
I haven't. We sent a lot of water units over there. I haven't been there. And the thing why, because I used to travel to South America a lot. And we said, you know what, if we go over there, it's going to cost $10,000. Let's go green, send all the equipment, send all this. We don't have to worry about hotel and this and that. And we can buy more water units. Because I think once you really get seriously involved and you say, okay, I can go over there and take a photo shoot, cost $10,000, or I can buy water units to save thousands of children and go green. And now with this new technology, I can just do VIA satellite.
That's right. That's right.
So we said rather than to put the 10 in there, I'll just stand up by the shoe shine stand and take a picture and do a VIA satellite. They install the units and we work it that way. And we got famous doing that.
Right.
Yeah, because one of our water units can provide over 150 people clean, fresh drinking water. So imagine if you got 10,000 and the units costing 150 each. That's a lot of water units.
Right. What's the product called? What's the wine?
We custom make them. So what we do, we get a water sample. And in Swaziland, they was having a problem because the kids 7, 8 years old going to the rivers, getting the water. Then those alligators were drowning them, eating them for lunch and dinner. 7 and 8 years old, they drag them in the water and kill them. So we was like, okay, we got to stop this. So we started putting the water units in the schools and made those alligators vegetarians.
That's good.
So what we do, we get a water sample, and then we custom make the water unit. So all units are custom made, just like in Peru, because they got a lot of sand in their water. So then you'd have to get a sand filter. In Africa, is mostly contaminants, because the people wash up in the water, the animals is in the water. So you get a water sample, and then we custom make the units from there. So we have a filter that we developed that you don't have to use UV light. We have a special filter we developed that actually take out contaminants and viruses, and it works like a UV light, but it's actually a filter. So as you know, electricity is expensive over there. So to kill electric bill, we just do these no electricity units and also solar water units.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, check that link out. I just sent it to you. It's on the chat of our latest adventure with the beverage drink, and it explains everything on there on that link.
I don't see the link in the chat.
Yes, in the chat. I'll resend it.
Don't see it.
Yeah, I think it was on there before you hopped in. So yeah.
Maybe of course I did. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I'd love to check it out.
I just resent it again.
Oh,
Let me know if you got it. Yep.
So I also want to share today. Last week we were at the Christmas Bazaar here in San Carlos, Mexico. My friend Captain Carla, the retired veteran nurse, we went out into the desert and found these palm trees, and I power washed them. I love power washing. That's my next job in the future. And anyway, we created these Rudolph reindeer faces, and we sold them to support the Rascati thrift store, the EMT salaries. And we sold out, and I sold out of my books as well. And taken some orders. And the only challenges we have with Amazon is, they have outrageous shipping prices, and they're not guaranteeing for Christmas. And their outrageous prices go to January 15th. So I'm glad we sold the books. I'm updating you guys the challenges that we've had. I've had to redo the first book too, according to their specs, and that was money out of pocket again. But everything should be up and running for 2026 of the Kindness Channel, Leon. So we need to get everybody involved, as well as the airline ambassadors to meet on the Mark TV, Mark Bayan and Dr. Anthony Sorelli of Nonprofit TV, and we thank them so much for showcasing the Acts of Kindness series books trailers into Denny's restaurants in Texas. And so we're spreading the good news out there. So we got a Kindness Channel, Leon, that will come on. And so we need you to get involved with us talking about it in 2026. So I just did the farmers market again. And again, donations went to the EMT salaries. And we got next week to do it. Also like to start the book club. So I'll be sending you guys via email, free download, so that you can read each chapter, and we can highlight each chapter each week, starting next week, Sue. And we created a book club for every week. And March 21st or 22nd, Leon, we'll start Cool Acts of Kindness for those, I think, 8, 9, 10 weeks of the chapters of the book. So be prepared to, and tell your people that we got things to do and to share the book, Cool Acts of Kindness. So I'm working on the flyer. I'll get it over to you hopefully today or tomorrow. And we'll have a free ebook download for children's hospitals for support with Zach Clayton's Pay It Forward and Santa Papa John, who's showcasing the Acts of Kindness series on TikTok and his products. And Leon, in July or January, February, we'll be meeting again with Inspire World. They're going to help create a baby sign clothing line with a So Go Out and Play tagline, hospital scrubs, So Go Out and Heal, a maternity line, So Go Out and Glow. And we just got good things that are happening. So special thanks and gracious to everybody ending the year. Be safe travels. Take care of your health. And if you get crazy, it's meaning you're intuitive. I just sent you a little holiday flyer. And I sent it to my deaf friend, Scott, too. He's like, I'm the craziest one of them all. But we're crazy with intuitive works that we know what's happening around the world. And such as clean water, everybody deserves it. That's our birthright. So we're doing amazing things. And thank you so much for being on the show. And again, back to you. Thank you so much, Sue and Kurt. And Leon, great that you're here. Glad you got to meet Bruce the Bird Guy and Lorana Barth, again, our editor, who's done everything. So we'll be ready to, as you say, rock and roll in 2026. And we're looking forward to seeing you in Las Vegas with a big event.
Yeah, definitely send me what Sue just played, the Acts of Kindness music series, and then this poster, and I'll forward it to those lenders to look at and talk to them about that television show. You never know. So that's why I said send me what Sue just played, the video with the World Water Year, along with this poster there, and I'll forward it to the lenders. And you never know. Let's see, and talk to them about that channel.
Excellent. Well, and John, I want to give you a final word on here. Take a moment and actually remind everybody who you are and how to reach you as well. But any final thoughts, though, past that, it's all yours.
Yeah, basically, I love these. I always meet interesting people. So Leon, actually, I'm a brain trainer. The program I was developed for the military, Marine Corps, originally back in 2007. So I've trained Navy SEALs, snipers, pilots, Anyone who wants to improve their performance, it's the only program of its kind in the world, according to the military. It's not psychology based, which everything else is. It's all pure neuroscience, simple exercises a 5-year-old can do, because my daughter was 5 when I developed it. So I like to say simple enough for a 5-year-old, but tough enough for a Navy SEAL. So no matter what you do, and I've helped thousands of people, musicians and professional athletes. One of mine is the quarterback for the Canadian Football League, their World Cup, their Grey Cup championship, which is our Super Bowl. I've got one of the best hockey goalies in the world. I was one of my clients. But on the other end of the spectrum, it's people suffering from anything from dementia and strokes and ADHD and autism. I actually did a program for over Zoom, obviously. I didn't get to go there, but for school at the Kibera slum in Kenya, which is the largest slum there. So we did some brain training for the kids. So basically, that's kind of what I do. I help people all over the world via Zoom, start certifying people. I forgot to send you the information to other people so they can do what I do and add it to their programs.
Excellent.
That's totally awesome. That's brilliant. Yeah, let's definitely connect up. So Sue will just connect up with you to get his program so we can put a bundle package together.
That'd be great. Yeah, what's the best way to reach you? I can send you a link for. You want to do like a Zoom meeting or something? What's the best way to connect?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I'll send you my email in the chat box right now.
Okay, perfect.
Beautiful. That's what I love about this. All the wonderful people that we get to connect in here is amazing. I love what everybody's bringing forward, and I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Any last thoughts with anyone here? I want to make sure if you have final thoughts. Otherwise, I'm gonna be wrapping her up. So, Leon, final thoughts?
Yeah, glad I'm on the show. The World of Ability has really connected up some great folks, and what we're doing couldn't have never did it without you guys. So, we got to give a shout out to you, and we're doing some great stuff for 2026, and let's keep it rolling.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leon. You are amazing. I love what you do and that you're able to share with us here so we can stay tuned in to all the great things. Marianne, final thoughts for you.
Well, please give me a moment. I'm seeing if I can create that free ebook download for Christmas for Leon right now. ChatGPT. I had to wait several hours. But yeah, great to connect with you, Leon. Glad you had a great trip to Hawaii. Made me homesick. But we're doing things here. We're sailing San Carlos. We went to Tucson this week and got batteries for the sailboat and got my health shots taken care of. So, we're just waiting for nonprofit TV for AI direction and funding to bring the books into animation movies. So I'm going to be dreaming of a white Christmas, not really, and because we like the blue ocean, and it's a winter wonderland down here too. But we hope to be sailing, and especially on World Water Year, March 22nd again. And winter solstice is the 21st. So you guys get ready. You guys can read 1 chapter a week. I know you can handle it. We'd like to have book feedback, John and Mark and Anthony Nonprofit. So you get to know the characters' names, okay? It's very important now going on the Kindness channel. And again, Leon's book is Cool Acts of Kindness We Dedicated to You, featuring Waterflow, the deaf whale for the love of water. And we have characters such as Mr. Penguin, who we encourage to reach out to Greenpeace for climate change. And Eve, no, I'm sorry, not Eve, but we have a bee for pollination. And anyway, it's a great story. It's at a camp. So we look forward to, again, launching that again on Christmas Day, all right, with Pay It Forward and Zach Clayton and Santa Papa John. So give me a minute. I'm going to check to see if I have the flyer. I'm going to try and quick upload it before we end this series. And back to you.
Excellent. Well, John, I want to pass it your way.
Yeah, just closing thoughts. Is that what we're doing? Well, yeah, sorry. I always love to hear what Marianne's doing. Leon's kind of cool to hear what you're doing to help people. Always just enjoying. Saturday's the day I have everything running around trying to get done. So I have to get here earlier next time. But always great people, great conversations. So thanks, Kurt and Sue, for doing this, for sure.
Absolutely. And if people want to reach you, how do they do that?
Oh, so the best way to reach me is john@combatbraintraining.com. Put it in the chat. And then I will also put in Emma's number. I think I told you about Emma. So Emma is our AI-based answering. Her background, her LLM is all my work. So you can ask her any question about anything, about combat brain training related, and she will give you a better answer than I can, actually. I think she's better trained than I am. And then let me just put Emma. I'll write the number down. It's 877. So if you guys save this chat, if you want to have fun, just give her a call. She will answer anything you can say. I'm whoever you are, and how can this help me? And she will tell you.
Oh, that's brilliant. I would love to talk to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, the number is in the chat there. Do it.
Yeah, call her. You called her last time, right? I think we're still
did.
working on her maybe at the time, but how can this help, anyone? How can this help kids in Swaziland? How can this help me be a better speaker or whatever? She'll give you an answer.
Excellent. Wonderful. So you guys are amazing. What a great group we had here today. Earlier we had Mark Isaac Potter, we had Chris Kepler, we had Norberto on here, John, Leon, Mariette. You guys are all amazing. I can't thank you enough for all the wonderful things you share here. This is the World of Ability Podcast Network, and we'll be back next week, same time, same place. And until then, we thank you.
You guys have a great week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Yeah.